Speaking section. The speaking section tests your ability to communicate in English in an academic setting. During the test, you will be presented with 4 speaking questions. The questions ask for a response to a single question, a talk, or a lecture. The prompts and questions are presented on time. You may take notes as you listen, but notes are not graded. You may use your notes to answer the questions. Some of the questions ask for a response to a reading passage and a talk or a lecture. The reading passages and the questions are written, but the directions will be spoken. Your speaking will be evaluated on both the fluency of the language and the accuracy of the content. You will have 15 to 20 seconds to prepare and 45 to 60 seconds to respond to each question. Typically, a good response will require all of the response time and the answer will be complete by the end of the response time. You will have about 17 minutes to complete the speaking section. A clock on the screen will show you how much time you have to prepare each of your answers and how much time you have to record each response.
You will now be asked a question about a familiar topic. After you hear the question, you will have 15 seconds to plan your response and 45 seconds to speak.
Do you agree that people benefit more from traveling in their own country than from traveling to foreign countries?
You will now read a short passage and then listen to a conversation on the same topic. You will then be asked a question about the passages. After you hear the question, you will have 30 seconds to prepare your response and 60 seconds to speak. You have 45 seconds to read the passage below.
Hey, did you hear about the new policy prohibiting eating in the classroom?
Yeah, I did. I think it's a good decision. Eating in class can be really distracting.
I actually disagree. I think it's unnecessary to ban eating completely. Sometimes, I need to have a quick snack to keep my energy up during long lectures.
I understand that, but think about the distractions it causes. When someone opens a noisy bag of chips or starts munching on a sandwich, it diverts everyone's attention away from the lecture.
I get your point, but I believe it's a matter of personal responsibility. If someone wants to eat discreetly without causing a disturbance, they should be allowed to do so.
That's true, but not everyone is considerate. Some people may not realize how their eating habits affect others. By implementing this policy, it ensures a uniform standard and minimizes potential disruptions.
I see your perspective, but I still think it's a bit extreme. Couldn't they find a middle ground, like allowing only certain types of food or designated eating areas?
That could be an option, but it might be difficult to enforce and regulate. A complete ban simplifies the policy and makes it easier to implement and follow.
Well, I guess we'll have to adapt to this change. I just hope it doesn't affect my ability to concentrate during long lectures.
I'm sure it won't be a big issue. We'll get used to it in no time, and it will create a more focused learning environment for everyone.
The woman expresses her opinion about the proposal described in the letter. Briefly summarize the proposal. Then state her opinion about the proposal and explain the reasons she gives for holding that opinion.
You will now read a short passage and then listen to a lecture on the same topic. You will then be asked a question about the passage. After you hear the question, you have 30 seconds to prepare your response and 60 seconds to speak. You have 45 seconds to read the passage below. You may begin reading now.
Now listen to part of a lecture in a psychology class. Today we're going to discuss the concept of self-actualization. It refers to the process of fulfilling one's potential and becoming the best version of oneself. Let me give you an example to illustrate this concept. Consider the life of Leonardo da Vinci, the renowned artist, scientist, and inventor. Da Vinci was driven by an insatiable curiosity and a deep desire to explore and create. He engaged in various disciplines, including painting, anatomy, engineering, and architecture, striving for excellence in each of them. Da Vinci's relentless pursuit of knowledge, his commitment to personal growth, and his ability to express his unique talents exemplify self-actualization. He lived a life that was authentic to his inner passions and values, and his contributions continue to inspire generations.
Explain how the example from the professor's lecture illustrates the concept of self-actualization.
You will now listen to part of a lecture. You will then be asked a question about it. After you hear the question, you will have 20 seconds to prepare your response and 60 seconds to speak.
Listen to part of a lecture in a marine biology class.
Today we're going to discuss the fascinating world of deep-sea organisms and their special adaptations that help them survive in this challenging environment. Deep-sea organisms face extreme conditions, including extreme pressure, darkness, and limited food availability. To overcome these challenges, they have developed remarkable strategies. Let's explore 2 ways through which these organisms have adapted. First, many deep-sea organisms have evolved bioluminescence, the ability to produce light. This adaptation serves multiple purposes. It helps them attract prey and mates, communicate with others of their species, and even camouflage themselves from predators. For example, the anglerfish has a bioluminescent lure that dangles from its head, attracting smaller fish as potential prey. Second, deep-sea organisms have developed elongated and slender bodies, enabling them to conserve energy and navigate efficiently in their low-energy environment. This body shape reduces drag and allows them to move through the water with minimal effort. The gulper eel is a perfect example of this adaptation. It has a highly elongated and flexible body that can expand like a balloon to swallow large prey, conserving energy between meals. These examples illustrate the incredible adaptations of deep-sea organisms to survive in an environment where food is scarce. Bioluminescence and streamlined body shapes are just 2 strategies that help these organisms thrive in the deep-sea ecosystem.
Using points and examples from the lecture, explain 2 ways that deep-sea organisms have special adaptations to help them survive in an environment where food is hard to find.